Why is all the good quality content down the toilet?
I don't know if we have a policy for language on this channel, Dan, but if we did, you'd be violating.
It'd be amazing if we
What
had any kind of
language
policy.
did I use? Mofo? I think that's fine, I think, isn't it?
Tell you what else is fine. The fact that this is either sound test number 6 or it's actually welcome to Don't Tap the Table, guys.
Well, you have to stop the recording to work that out, so...
Yeah. If we want, we can...
I'm surprised! Like, bruh. Is that how a sound test works?
Could we use the... Is mofo genuinely a sort of a swear word? I mean, if you were to expand it, yeah, I understand that.
No, but you put it in apostrophes, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine, I think.
Moffa.
Yeah.
Got to finish off on your washwa.
While we wait for Luke to finish up his chocolate,
It's fine, go on without me.
do you want to finish your milk too? Or I can warm that up for you.
I mean, if milk's going. What have you done to the table? Why is there shavings everywhere?
I thought that was...
Is that your rubber?
Oh, that is as
I used
well.
to rub it, yeah.
Did you think that was little chocky bits?
I mean, for a second...
I do not make that much of a mess.
Really?
You weren't even leaning in that direction.
Look, I've not even lived with my mum for years, mate. Where we go? I'm good. Don't tap the table.
I'm Gabe.
Right, I'm Dan.
I'm Luke.
If
I
you
watch too much. I watch too much.
if you can't tell, Luke is currently full of whisper right now, and he's whispering sweet nothings to.
Is he? Is he?
I'm in a state of ecstasy. God, that was good. What are we talking about?
I mean,
Is
this would be the perfect point for Whisper to sponsor us.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Is Whisper your
Yeah,
favourite?
that'll
Is
happen.
Whisper your favourite chocolate bar?
It is a delightful chocolate bar.
I haven't had a Whisper in years, but the last I had one, I wasn't that impressed. I remember them being good in the past.
Dan, don't be naughty.
Are they good?
Don't be naughty.
I always 12 was always like the go-to.
No.
No?
No, Whisper.
Really?
Deliciousness.
Above the curly whirly.
Above the colour, definitely.
Is that because of the size though? Because the
I
curly
think-
whirly is a smaller bar and it's like a cheaper.
I'm not a big fan of any kind of caramel or fudgy chocolate sweet.
Fair.
Kinder, that's a good chocolate.
What?
You mean
Bueno
the
or?
egg?
Oh, all of it. Kinder
Yeah.
in general,
Fair.
the brand are just banging.
I'd vote for Bueno. Bueno's always a good shout.
Bueno is pretty good.
Yeah.
What about the little bars that you get with a little milky choc in the middle? But they're tiny. That's
You
the
mean the
problem.
kids-
I
the
want
kids
like a
ones?
Big one. I don't need kids chocolate bars.
Well, I'm
but yes, I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure that's what you mean.
I'm pretty sure that's what Kinder means anyway.
I mean, if we just scale back, generally chocolate bars are aimed at children.
Nah,
I'm not saying that adults can't eat them. I'm
And
saying
have
that
fun
they're
too.
aimed at children.
adults can have fun too.
Of course they can.
I just say a whisper, fucking.
You could go buy a Lego set if you want. I mean, it's not the point if you can't. It's,
Yeah, you damn straight I'll buy a Lego set. Come at me with that ageist attitude.
I mean, I've bought several in the past few months, so.
what?
Have you really?
Yeah, where do you think I got all those Lego minifigures
I thought
from?
you meant to be like, where do you think I spent all the time? In my basement building Lego.
Oh, I wish I had a basement.
Did you see the Lego
No, it's just-
movie and thought, I need to be Dr. Business or Mr. Business?
President business.
Is it President Business?
No, it was the song. Like, Gabe sitting there like, oh my god, everything is awesome. Everything is great when I'm part of a team.
That is a catchy.
I love that he's joking, but in all sincereness, yes, that was my exact reaction.
So what did you
I
buy?
can imagine you clapping to it as well.
What
like
sets?
a seal.
What sets have you bought? What have you? And have you finished them?
I mean, always finish what you start, but no, quality content. But yeah, it was. I got like those creator sets because then you can just kind of make anything. You don't need
Creators.
instructions.
I haven't bought a Lego set in a while, so.
So
Is this just a load of blocks? They're not,
You
they're
kind
not-
of-
Create with Lego anyway.
Yeah.
This is true, but like the idea of these sets is you get like a box for like lots of
Random bits.
standard bricks in different colours because you get like the weird bricks which are for specialist things.
You can tell you're a Lego specialist because you call them bricks.
Yeah.
Little Lego chunks.
Who calls them chunks?
I just did that. Cool.
Yeah.
It's done now.
Well, I think they'll probably have something to say about that. Because I thought because I remember I saw something about they're trying to make bamboo ones to make them like.
Bamboo Lego.
Well, because they're plastic and
Make
because
them
there's
out
so
of
many.
bamboo.
Because
How
there's
much
so many.
bamboo is there? Have you heard how many Lego bricks they
There's a lot of there's a lot of bamboo.
enough bamboo to cover the Lego
Yes,
shit.
there's a lot of bamboo.
I mean, there is enough bamboo for an entire subspecies of bear to evolve.
No.
Let's
not get into pandas. Pandas aren't worthy of
Pandas are Dan's least favourite of the bears.
Yeah, they are.
But what's your most favourite? Your most favoritist bear?
The red panda's quite cute.
Is that a bear?
Red pandas. Yeah.
Does it count as a bear?
Well, they're a
But
panda.
those things look
pandas
like
are
red
subspecies.
raccoons.
Get done, mate.
But do they sail dragoons?
Do they what?
Do they sail dragoons? They'll walk into the saloon and all like...
Do they?
Why are you trying to rap?
Are you on
Do they walk in the
LSD?
saloon? Whip out dragoon.
I'm sometimes confused.
I'm Gabe, I get all of the poon.
I'm sometimes confused as to whether you're being rhetorical or whether you're having a small seizure.
Very localised in the vocal cords.
That's the meme code, no one can break it. The meme cheat code.
Oh, Dan's not been to football yet.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
But you've not either, actually. But
No,
you got a
went last
photo.
week, did you?
Yeah.
Been to
Yeah, I did.
Ooh.
But
Exactly.
only the other team, like... Dom vaguely noticed it and was like, huh? And Kevin must have just thought I was being an idiot.
What,
So
in
the
terms of-
number is M9,
Oh yeah.
and then the name is Da Vinci.
Oh wow.
With threes for ease.
I made a joke one time because he was talking in memes, so I said he's got his own meme code, and then it turned into the Da Vinci code.
Yeah.
And now this is where we're at. Football shirts with M9 on it.
Where do I step up from here? I'm getting close to the top.
I feel like the only way is up,
You're not wrong, buddy. You're not wrong.
especially from the basement. Can't get any lower than that.
I don't have a basement. If I did, I would fill it with
I feel
Lego.
like
I feel like it's a metaphorical basement.
any room that is filled with Lego automatically becomes the basement.
I love the idea that you're in the basement building these Lego sets, thinking of meme ideas and potentially acting them out in Lego.
Oh, that would be sick. That would be sick.
Heck of that.
You inspired me, Dan. Didn't this all start with like Kinder Bueno?
Oh yeah, I love a Kinder Bueno. Speaking of Kinder Buenos, what chocolate do you like?
Do you prefer
We're
the
back to
white,
square one.
What about
white-
Snickers?
the white, the dark, or the original?
Of what?
Well, that's for you to judge.
There, dicey territory there, Dan. Dicey territory.
of Bueno.
Oh, well, I only knew there was an original, so...
What? You've never had a... Really?
Dan, do you see my face? Mind blown right now. I'm experiencing
Wow.
it just internally.
Well, I've got excitement for you.
That really is.
The white
The white
Bueno is
chocolate.
pretty amazing.
Interesting.
I didn't know
They've got
that
like a bobbly exterior. I think they do them downstairs in the vending machine.
Yeah, but that would require going downstairs.
Oh, I don't mean to
To
go
Gabe's
now.
basement.
I love the fact I love the fact that after currently
And it's
doing
only
Curly Whirly and Whisper, you're like, I could go down there.
Are you telling me you don't like a bit of chocolate?
No, but I think 3 bars in a row might be extreme. What? But then to be fair, like you could have another chocolate bar. I wouldn't really-
Oh, it's allowed at Christmas.
Oh wow.
No, I meant the fact that you don't particularly carry a lot of excess body fat, so you wouldn't pretty much.
God, it's not even 10 minutes in, you're body shaming Luke.
Oh no, none of it.
I'm the opposite of body shaming, Luke. I'm saying that he could afford to have another bar of chocolate.
It's fine. Didn't want to be in the podcast anyway.
Do Jaffa cakes count as chocolate?
Well, they have chocolate on them, but
Yeah.
I think they're cakes.
It's a bit further
I
out,
think,
isn't it?
yeah, I think this has been decided. I think there was a whole cake biscuit discussion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
There was a whole
The
court
biscuit
case,
thing.
wasn't there?
Well, 'cause
Someone sued them
It's
for
something
eating
to do-
biscuits.
I thought it was to do with tax.
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
because cakes aren't taxed. And it's the whole point, see, if you leave it out, because if it's double baked, if you leave it out, does it go soft or does it go
Yeah,
hard?
so the whole thing was like, well, if you leave a Jaffa cake out for a while,
Yeah.
it goes hard. There it go, it's a cake.
Yeah.
If you leave a biscuit out for a while, it goes soft.
Well, yeah, because it's not double baked, so it is technically a cake. It's just a small cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it does seem strange why that's taxed and why that wouldn't be.
I mean, that wasn't what I was getting at. I just like Jaffa cakes a lot. And Snickers.
Yeah, but you know Dan, he likes to make it political.
No, it's just
Oh,
in-
it's economical.
it's just interesting to think that there is a biscuit lobby.
Yeah. Do you want to join?
Huh? Well, yeah.
We eat a lot of chocolate.
They'd probably get a lot of Kit Kats or Kit Kats.
There is a whole one viewer laughing.
Oh yeah, it's probably me when I'm re-listening.
It's Dom.
It might be our only viewer, but there is only one.
Shout out to you.
Solo viewer.
Yeah.
Thanks for funding Gabe's Lego lifestyle.
When Dan was saying go downstairs, it's downstairs, and you said my basement, I suddenly thought, like, am I building Lego white Kinder Buenos now?
You could do.
Do you reckon? And then they'd make it into a real set.
That's where the
They
inspiration
do that
takes
at Lego. You apply an idea, and if you get enough like upvotes, it becomes an official Lego set.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah. Well, to be fair, their profit margin is probably quite interested in making sets of everything. So.
Lego is well expensive though. That's like a rich person's hobby.
Is
Lego at one point.
Is Duplo like baby Lego?
Duplo's owned by Lego.
Is that like a separate company?
I think it was originally, like Lego for younger kids. Interesting fact, which some of your viewers might appreciate, but probably not.
Some of the
Some of the viewers that are interested in Lego.
Just the one.
We're really appealing to a niche.
Yeah. So
Dan, your kids when they listen to this later.
In like 5 years.
this is called investment, Dan. But yeah, so Duplo have sometimes got like hollow stud bits.
Mm-hmm.
And interesting fact, you can put a 2x2 Lego block, like one of the square ones,
A 2x4.
onto one of the Duplo hollow ones. And that's how me and my bro managed to build all kinds of crazy complex stuff.
When you said an interesting fact.
Think about it, the integration of Duplo for sheer volume.
Integration!
And then Lego for all them detail-y bits.
Oh my god. Oh god. I did not think I was going that way. Okay.
Man
So
had hobbies as a kid.
any viewers out there that previously thought their Duplo and Lego sets weren't
They're two separate.
They can
two
now
separate
enjoy
things.
playing with them together.
It's great though, because Duplo's got your volume sorted out, and then you can kind of pay it over top of Lego.
The toy that you had when you were 3 with the toy you had when you were 5.
It's
It's a
good.
one ultimate year 7 toy.
It's good to
Toy's gone.
Oh, sorry about that.
So where does Meccano fit into this?
Oh, that's a whole separate thing.
Do you know what it reminds me of? You know Power Rangers where they all connect together and they become like the big dude? That's what this is. Gage is sitting there like, oh, if I bring my 2x2 together with this Duplo block,
It becomes a mega block.
it becomes Leg-uplo.
Duplo.
Brief
That
tangent
sounds
on
legit.
that. When that happens in Power Rangers, when they're like all going around in their like little dinosaur cars, and then they're like, we gotta form the Ultima Megazord.
Yeah.
Who decides who gets to be the head? And obviously,
Oh, it's whoever is like
'Cause-
the nominal leader.
I feel like you're really losing out if you're. Oh yeah, I'm the crotch. Like.
Well, I don't know, but when I was a kid, it was always 2 girls, 2 guys, and Red.
Yeah.
Red was the guy everyone wanted to be because he was the leader.
Wasn't the
He was
black
the
and then
gang.
the white one? I thought the black one was the.
I don't know.
Are we going that far into Power Rangers
I
lore?
thought it was blue, green, red, yellow, and pink.
Yeah.
They're like the original
Yeah, oh,
5.
maybe yeah, but later on.
And then you get like the spin-off Rangers with
Sponges.
a little bit. There's like the Black Ranger and the White Ranger, and they're always like mysterious and have like pasts. I'm doing like a little hand gesture right now to signify that it's spooky, shady stuff.
To be fair, I think the rest of the Power Rangers were still in school, so they probably didn't have much of a past. Oh yeah, before I was in 3rd grade, I was in Russia in the camps.
The white one worked in IT and the black one worked in
The white one used to blog.
I've just got this image now of like they go into a first job, like job experience. Oh yeah, well when I was in high school I was a Power Ranger, so
Well, yeah.
Why should we hire you, Mr. Ranger?
Okay,
Red Ranger.
How did they qualify to be given a giant fighting mech?
Watch the show, you'll find out.
Because they're litty. You can't argue with that logic.
It's Destiny, Dan. Have you not heard of kids' TV show / Mattel? It's Destiny.
I love it when you try to apply logic like stuff like that. Like, did they get a government grant? It's a kids' TV show. It gives a crap how they got it. They build a cool thing, and I was like, yeah, go big.
Okay. Where is the government? There's teenage kids flying around cities, destroy. Not once. The most authoritative individual you see is a teacher.
So
Yeah.
I get the feeling that
Why do the teachers never say anything? You go to the geography class the next day, it's like, oh yeah, Jasmine, just a quick note. I know yesterday you were fighting that giant space monster. if you could avoid levelling the east side of the city.
If you could finish a maths exam.
Yeah, if you could maybe concentrate on the things at hand, your future.
It's a secret identity, Dan.
Really?
People didn't know who the Rangers were, kind of, except the people at the local ice cream shack. It was always an ice cream shack.
Yeah, I just find it really bizarre. There's no sort of government presence.
I
As
find
a
it bizarre
kid-
to apply logic to these things.
As a kid-
I find it
Yeah.
fun to.
Did you not watch
It all
stuff
falls
like
apart
this?
when you do that.
As a kid, did you not watch stuff like this and be like, oh yeah, that's
Games,
cool?
Lego Tower.
Of course I did, and then I sort of
And now you want to tear it away from the kids of today?
I don't want to tear
Tear
it
it
away. I completely appreciate they might.
I'm tearing up.
I want the world to know.
I just find
Just
it
let
bizarre.
them teardrops flow.
Oh,
Well,
you
I'm
did
breaking
a
it out.
good line over there, didn't you?
you letting the teardrops flow.
It's a little poet over there. Isn't it?
Yeah. It's not just Raccoon Splatoon.
Oh, Da Vinci.
Good stuff.
Did we
Wow.
actually have anything to talk about?
Well, I was-
We legit did, but we were having a great time chatting
I know.
Kinder Bueno and Power Rangers.
Well, I was going to say, talking about Jaffa cakes, talking about another sponge who's pretty soggy on the bottom and
Please
goes hard when
don't
left out.
segue this to my Netflix originals because I do
No,
not
I-
want to
I
be
was-
associated with that.
I was actually going to mention the fact that did you guys see the Trump protests over the weekend? And
Did.
you
A
did.
little bit. I saw one video of chants that I won't repeat,
Of
but
chants?
I will say you should definitely go watch.
Which one's
It was
it?
fun. I'm not singing it, am I?
Well, I'm not asking you to sing it. I mean, just what did you
Hey, hey, Trump, I want to know why you're such a... That one. That's
Oh, okay.
all I've seen. And then I was
To
like...
be fair, that probably encapsulates
and
most of it.
then I was like, oh, that's funny, alright, time to get off Facebook for another month.
Did you see? Did you see him with the Queen?
I saw that.
It is not.
So
He's got this.
she
really
was walking
strange
behind
habit.
him and he just stops.
Yeah.
And then she looks a bit confused because he also moves to stop in her way.
Well, to be fair, she's probably confused about a lot of things these days. She is like 92.
Wow.
No, I'm just saying. I had a nan who was 89.
She might be bisexual as well. She might have that on her mind. You never know.
Well, I
So
mean,
she was
yeah,
curious about a lot of things, which,
it's possible.
you never know.
Yeah.
Queen. She probably didn't get
She
much
might
time
be-
to experiment
she
with
might
all
be
that
listening.
spotlight.
She might be listening.
Yeah, she might do it, and she'll be like, cheers, Luke, for, keeping an open mind. Because I'm the Queen, don't mean I don't love.
This is true. So anyway,
Is it true? Go on, carry on.
that was it. That was my story. She was walking behind him to catch up and he just stops in her way.
Yeah.
And then looks a little bit smug. You
Yeah.
know the Donald Trump trademark smile?
Well, he has this weird thing where he likes to sort of socially. What's the term? Like when you make someone awkward socially, but instead of him, he is awkward socially, but he kind of enforces it. So he used to do it in the debates with Clinton. He used to walk up behind her or impose himself on her and stop her from walking across the stage.
It's called being a creep.
Yeah, exactly.
But it does put someone else off, especially when you're the one doing it.
Yeah, well, it's like little social games, like to stand in the way of someone where they have to walk. But this is the Queen, they're inspecting a group of soldiers lined up, and he deliberately just stops, and she almost walks straight into the back of him. It's just bizarre. It's really strange behaviour. It's just weird.
I mean, I've heard of dogs doing that.
And the Queen has dogs.
Yeah.
Therefore, it all connects. Illuminati confirmed.
I would have loved to have seen. It would have been quite. Would have been quite funny if he'd have stopped. She'd have walked into the back of him and fallen over, and one of the guards just take him down. That would have been.
Dan's just waiting for the revolution.
It would have just been hilarious.
Yeah, and then one of the Secret Service takes her down.
No, because it was her security. That's the point. It was her palace.
Oh, come on, let's have a nice little blend.
Blend.
Mix the services together.
Yeah.
Integration, like Gabe said earlier.
It's like Leg-uplo. Leg-uplo?
Oh wow.
I can't remember.
Leg-uplo.
But you
Leg-uplo.
just shorten it to Luplo.
Luke-plo.
Oh,
Oh.
branding.
Yeah, boy. This episode's sponsored by Luke-plo.
Yeah.
And it's actually not, in case that company
And,
exists.
and social awkwardness.
Can social awkwardness sponsor a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
No. This episode is not sponsored by Social Awkwardness, in case that's a company.
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty better check that.
We should every time we say a sponsor and we have to awkwardly check.
This episode
To
is
be
not
fair,
sponsored by
there's a
anything
if there's
because
a
we have one viewer.
If there's a company called Social Awkwardness, they're probably not going to voice their concern.
Ha! You proud of that?
Yeah, I am though.
Oh, one listener is probably upset with that comment. So on
No.
behalf of you, listener,
Well, whoever that listener
you,
is,
Dan.
he's currently putting together Duplo and Lego to try and figure out.
Don't
if he has
I'm watching Netflix
Yeah.
originals.
Don't assume our listeners' gender. They could be a flipping Apache attack helicopter for all we know. We don't have to assume that.
Well,
We don't
attack
know.
helicopters don't have arms, hands, or the ability.
They have wings though. Blades,
They're
if you
go-
will.
and they're gonna soar on their blades.
Soaring,
I feel like
flying.
we're really diverging here, probably.
I don't know what you mean.
You spoke about Trump, right? We have to get it back to the real topics at hand.
Well, there's the point I was getting around to. There was a protest. I thought it was pretty amazing. So this one protester who hired like a paraglider, and they put a ban on anyone like trying to get into the airspace, and they had like hundreds of police enforcing it. They had helicopters. They had people watching continuously. And he managed to pilot his paraglider through the security and fly straight past Trump's bedroom window with a sign on his golf course saying Trump's well below par.
Respect the pun.
But it was a pretty impressive feat. Like if that was Ethan Hawke in Mission Impossible, he's done a pretty good job because there was like helicopters flying across.
Helicopters. They're holographic helicopters. They're just there to make you think they're there. They actually deter you from going nearby. You're like, oh, it's a helicopter. Or is it a helicopter? Who knows? Trump does, but I don't.
But there was a police search after, and it was like all they found was the sign. And they were trying to find where the guy went.
I saw someone roll Nazi golf balls at him.
Rolling them.
Yeah, like he got like a bunch of golf balls printed with like they were all like bright red with little Nazi symbols on them, and then like open up a box and just roll them towards.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, all right, fair play.
That's pretty fair. Or it would have been amazing if the golf course, just every golf course he ever goes to now, just gives him those powder balls instead.
What are powder balls?
You know the ones where they hit them and they just explode. Every single time he goes up.
Imagine Secret Service like, no.
Not another golf ball. You just imagine Donald going down like, oh, I'm gonna have another. Oh, not again. I feel like it would be fair to take golf away from him. Like, I mean, he's definitely.
Just trying to imagine, he might have spent like, oh, I'm just so great. The ball exploded. He couldn't take how great I was.
It's like robbing Lego from Gabe.
No, it's not. Because Gabe's not a borderline racist.
Oh, because he doesn't wear fake tan.
Well, there's a lot of ways.
That genuine contemplation for that. Yes, that's why we're taking golf weights, because he wears fake tan.
I mean, I don't even
There we
think
go, we got him, guys.
I don't even know if there's a fake tan light enough to fit me.
What? Why would you wear fake tan that's already your skin colour?
No, I mean, like, if Dan looks at my skin and goes, oh, he's so pale, that's fake tan on right there.
You want pale tan?
Wait, is there such a thing? Because if there is,
They do in certain countries put like, so you know in our products.
Oh, yeah,
like,
in
they
Asia,
put
yeah.
They put like
Whiten-
tanning
whiten
into it, but in
products,
Asian countries they do the white
Yeah.
and stuff.
that's the same reasons we do the opposite here. Like because
Yeah.
they see tans as
Yes.
a sign of poverty.
Yeah.
Because you're out in the field working.
Whereas us, it's like, oh, tan is that you've been abroad.
Yeah. Yeah. You've been out to Lanzarote.
Why? That tone of voice gets me every time.
No, I
There's something wrong with
feel like me
going
and Luke probably know a lot of those kind of people. Have you been to Lanzarote this year? Oh, you got a tan.
I have been to Lanzarote, did not get a tan, got burnt.
What are you buying?
The sun. And not the newspaper before you go there. I could see it in your eyes, you were waiting, you were itching to get that out, like, what's the headline? That's what you sound like. Imagine having to put up with that every week on this fucking podcast.
I feel like someone's chocolate hasn't kicked in yet.
I can tell that our one viewer is not Luke.
It is.
Wait, I wrote in all the viewers. I'm out here sharing links left, right and centre.
And how many of them result in views?
I have successfully got 2 viewers.
You've successfully.
You're welcome.
That is 2 more than me. Not gonna lie, that is 2 more than me. Is it 3 more than you?
Although they both work in this office, I'm not sure how much that counts.
Oh, I see. Well, to be fair,
Shout out to you two, you know who you are.
we could just leave a sign on the door saying, "Go to this link." Probably be a good shout.
I feel like there might be a policy against shameless self-promotion.
Really?
When you do like go to this link and then do the colon and then like write like what the link is, can you do it in blue and underline it so it looks like a hyperlink? See how many people tap it? Like, why you not work? I'm clicking the link.
Just press the link above. That would be fun. Yeah.
That would be really. I imagine kids will do that because they're quite techie now, aren't they? I imagine if you did that to a kid, that'd be a really good dad prank. Do that to your kids. They on iPads and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then do something that looks like a hyperlink, but put it on the wall, or like a click here.
Well, they're only 18 months old.
Yeah,
yet.
no, they'll be off.
They
If you're
don't.
not whipping out the dad pranks now, they'll never get used to them.
This is true.
I feel like they're only just like coming to grips with consciousness. Like, so I mean, it's
dad pranks.
dad pranks.
They've got to be used to it now, or else they'll never accept them later on in life.
This is true.
Start trolling early.
Start as you mean to go on.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking just put it like in random places in the street and just see how many people.
Oh, yeah, that as well.
Hidden camera joke.
We're gonna turn into the new Trigger Hacker TV.
I don't know about that, but you are tapping a lot of stuff at
I'm
the
not
table
tapping.
today.
I'm twiddling now.
You're making a lot of noise.
Clickety, clickety, oh, I've got a pencil. But it's a mechanical one because I can afford it.
No, it's just from the store cupboard.
Oh, fair.
Luke is.
See what your preconceptions are judged.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Trump got me pretty riled.
That's a good effort.
Trump got me pretty riled.
I'll tell you what has got me
Jealousy
riled
to
up
my
this week though.
chocolate.
Got me hyped.
Well,
Chocolate bars for one, but also, admittedly, I found out this just from browsing Instagram. There's going to be a new show on Netflix this fall, and I'm hyped.
Which is...
It's called The Dragon Prince.
the Lego Tales.
No. Let me voice my ting.
is awesome.
Yeah.
And then
you're on Netflix, originals.
When you're
I mean-
engaged, basement.
No.
You're not wrong.
Wow.
What?
Okay, to be fair, there are a lot of Lego TV shows on Netflix, so.
Well, yeah.
But back on track.
I'm
back on. No,
let me just bracket it.
No.
It kind of annoys me that the
Dan has
Legos
just swung for
kind of
Dan.
sold themselves out of it, but
Dan has dodged.
Dan
Dan is now swinging
playing
back.
my dodge card.
Alright, you nerd.
Oh, I'm sorry, DM.
I didn't say I wasn't.
Wow. Okay, so fair dodge. But yeah, you might have heard me harp on about Avatar: The Last Airbender a little bit on the show.
To be fair, we haven't been able to shut you up. Yeah.
Everything changed when the Fire Nation.
I haven't heard you say a single word about it.
Wow. Okay.
Have you really?
I believe Gabe can save the world.
When did you hop on? When have you been hopping?
This
on
might
about-
have been before you joined, or on weeks you've been off.
Have you been
It was
talking
at
about?
some
Have
point,
you been
actually.
talking
It
about
might have been
Airbender without me?
a pedisode.
That was a pedisode.
Pedisode.
Nice coining of a term there. Pedisodes. It's a
You're
real thing.
welcome.
But yeah, it's an animated series that aired several years back on Nickelodeon
Airbender.
to Avatar: The Last Airbender, or The Legend of Aang.
Yeah.
Massive critical acclaim, massive viewer acclaim. It
Terrible
is-
film.
It's one of the best TV series ever according to IMDb.
Yeah, I know this. I know. I didn't know you were going to. But the film's awful, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
okay,
not
we're
talking-
just checking we're on the same
Never
page.
watched
Yeah.
We're not talking about film. So yeah,
No,
the
we're not
TV
talking
show, which is, you're right, Luke.
Litty.
Yeah, widely considered to be fantastic. The head writer from that, who also did a lot of work on Futurama, as well as one of the head writers for the Uncharted game series, have banded together with a few other people to come up with a show called The Dragon Prince.
Okay.
At the moment, all that's out is a poster for the show,
Okay.
which will be in a link in the description if you want to find out more.
When you say the Dragon Prince, I mean this isn't a Game of Thrones thing, is it?
Wait, I want to find out how this ties to Aang.
Okay.
Yeah, so the synopsis as well that they've kind of given out is basically it's a fantasy show
Yeah.
about two human princes who forge an unlikely bond with the elfin assassin sent to kill them, embarking on an epic quest to bring peace to their warring lands. So it's already got kind of a bit of an Avatar-y feel in the basic premise.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah, you said elfin.
Yeah, as in like an elf.
Okay, no, I wasn't sure if I understood the word.
Just mugging off your pronunciation, wasn't he?
No, I
So, what do
wasn't.
you mean elfin?
Because I wasn't. I haven't really seen the Airbender, so I didn't know if there was elves in the Airbender.
Look, you lacked decorum.
Alright, so it's a complete...
Mug off that pronunciation.
So Avatar The Last Airbender drew a lot from East Asian sort of thought, philosophy, martial arts, kind of as a setting. This looks to be more Western fantasy kind of thing. It's a bit more in the vein of Dungeons and Dragons, which we talked about on the show, maybe slightly Tolkien-esque.
Okay.
The poster itself looks flipping sick.
What's it called again, sorry?
Dragon Prince.
Dragon Prince.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't pay attention.
No, I didn't.
It's not like I sent you like links and an image of the poster before the show. It's not like I haven't brought this up.
I'm just acting for the viewers. So Dragon Prince. you said.
Wait, what's it called again? Oh, the Dragon Prince. Why didn't you say so? This episode is not sponsored by the Dragon Prince.
Or any princes. We're actually firmly anti-royal.
Yeah, you might be, Dan.
Yeah, big up Queenie.
So there'll be more information,
She's eating.
and
Queen
I
Latifah.
flip sake, Dan. Yeah, there will be more information and a sneak peek, or I'm guessing like a trailer or something, at this weekend's San Diego Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
So I will probably have more news on this next week, because I'm really excited for this show. And I'm kind of hopeful that it's proper lit and great.
Yeah. Is so it's based on the book?
Let's make litter.
I don't know.
Because so a quick Google comes up with Dragon Prince, which is a book written by Melanie Rawn. Which because I know you said about the Airbender stuff, it was like a, but I didn't know if it was based on, because Rohan is heir to the. Okay, quick point. Why do all of the names get reused? Rohan. I mean, this isn't Tolkien, but
You've only got so many letters in the old alphabet, haven't you?
it's true. It's true.
And
Very
some of them are pretty
26.
good in combination.
I feel
might
like-
as well.
So the first Rohan is heir to the throne
Thrones
of the
of Rohan.
desert and its chief holding stronghold.
I mean, it might be, but from a skim of the premise, I think it's not. I think
Yeah.
it only shares in name alone.
So it's probably just the bait, like maybe the world, and they pulled from, and then they've elaborated on various aspects.
I mean, or it could just be they come up with their own original thing and wanted to call that the Dragon Prince as well.
Maybe
Yeah,
we
that's
just
fair.
wait for
I mean,
the sneak peek. Biddy.
that's a fair point well made. But yeah, I wanted to put that out there because I thought it was something that people might be interested in, and I probably will bring up several times over the next few months.
Yeah. So is it going to be? Did you say it was going to be animated?
Yes.
It does look that way based on the picture that Gabe sent to us earlier.
Yeah, it does. But stop trying to point to my lack of research.
Dan Clark, actual grown-up,
Lego enthusiast.
doesn't know what a picture is.
Well, there's a lot of different.
He's been
versions.
doing a lot of erasing on that book since
I
we
have.
started, so I guess there's less notes than when we started.
Oh no, I haven't erased any of the notes.
There's a really sick triangle.
I've just been doodling.
Illuminati confirmed again.
Bruh.
That's twice this episode.
Guys, I'm trying to keep this.
That was
a
upside down. What is that, like the Dev Illuminati?
secret. How did you know? that's it. Whenever you draw an upside down triangle, that's actually what it means.
Show me your data.
I haven't got any. I just made that up on the spot. But triangles are fine, guys. Triangles are shapes too.
Triangles are shapes
Solid.
too.
Solid shit.
No, that sounds good though. I mean, like it sounds. I mean, any kind of new material is always a good thing. Not we're going over the same old.
Not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Well, you just
Why is
kinda
that Gabe? He's harbouring animosity.
Oh.
Look at that face. He's got something. What's the chip on your shoulder and can we have salt on it?
You can certainly have salt on it because I've got plenty. Sense8 sucks.
He's about to unload. Careful.
Yeah. I watched. So you know, last time you guys wanted me to watch Sense8.
Yeah.
That's
Was it sensational?
It was disgusting.
Disgustingly sensational.
I really didn't enjoy it, and it is an original thing.
Is
Really?
it because they have 8 senses and you just couldn't comprehend what the other 3 were?
I mean, they might do, but that wasn't made clear. I mean, it was
What
just.
senses most offended you?
I think
7.
visually and the sound a little bit as well. Some of the accents sucked.
Yeah. Okay, what's it about?
Alright, so Sense8 is a TV show from the Wachowskis.
Oh, those again.
Oh, they're the Matrix boys.
Yeah, but they're girls.
They're
now.
girls.
They're girls.
I know everyone says they're guys, but they're women.
I thought it says at the end the Wachowski brothers.
It
So
does,
in
but
the-
that's like a...
In the time of the Matrix, they were bros,
Mhm.
and then one of them been transitioned, and then the other one transitioned.
Oh, okay.
So now they're
Okay.
sisters.
Oh, my bad.
They woke up.
I'm not up to date in my current affairs.
That's alright.
No, we weren't until we checked it out, because I thought they were brothers too.
But yeah, so I think they're trying to go for like really big scale, but nothing fits together. So the idea is it opens up in
Like the Matrix.
True.
Yeah, we've done a lot of material on this.
Alright, so from here on out, spoilers on episode 1 of Sense8.
Shit.
You had to cut me from both.
I might have to leave.
Well, spoiler warning, you were told. But yeah, opens up in creepy abandoned church at night, because of course. A little bit. There's a super dirty mattress, some woman's freaking out on the mattress. She's having a talk with a guy who isn't there. And then another guy turns up who might be there.
In the church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what's actually going on here? Because might be doesn't really help me.
Alright.
It just sounds like Scooby-Doo
are you
seeing
saying
go,
that
go,
she-
go,
yeah.
go, go, goes.
Is she hallucinating that someone's there?
Alright, so
And when does Arnold Schwarzenegger come in, like in
He
a
doesn't.
the whole premise is she can like, she's got the power to talk to people with her mind no matter where in the world there are.
Since 6.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing there are other people who can do it too.
Like
So
Dr. Xavier, I think. He was
that's when we kind of first see the power in use, although it's not called that.
Rangers.
And then kind of the closing shot in the church is a bunch of guys with guns turn up and an impressively white guy.
Impressively. Sorry, the fact that you would think he was impressively white.
Just using some Asian cosmetics.
He turned up in a Volvo. He's got a golf club membership.
But yeah, so
Trump's not white.
the most obvious "we are bad guys ever" guy turns up with his anonymous goons,
Yeah.
and then I don't know, she disappears or it doesn't. That's not really clear either.
She disappears.
It's not really clear. And then we jump to a bunch of different people in different parts of the world with no relationship to one another.
Yeah.
And we kind of get to know them a little bit.
Or Black Mirror.
A little bit. And then after the third scene in each location, it decides to tell us where it is. My first beef with it. Well, no, not my first, but one of many.
This scene was in Berlin.
Yeah, it's kind of like...
Great.
And three of the characters look very similar, so it's kind of hard to figure out what the heck's going on.
No, that's because Agent Smith clones himself in the second film.
Yeah, that's probably what's going on.
And it's sort of like... None of it feels very necessary for a while, and I don't feel at all invested, because very all as people are just kind of boring or overly obvious.
Yeah.
Neo.
Yeah, a little bit. But it's an anagram for the one, and that's who he is. So after about... Bear in mind it was an hour and 10 minutes I had to sit through.
Nice.
After 35-ish of those minutes, people start getting like visions of either like they see or witness something that another one of the people we've met are doing. And when they start seeing images of women in the church.
So, if me and you could both do this chat to peeps globally without a mobile phone type deal,
Yeah, pretty much.
then if you saw something Dan was doing, I might then latch onto that and see you seeing Dan do something.
Yeah, but it would be like you're watching it and you're living it.
Okay.
Which, as a
Oh my God, I
premise,
could become Dan.
as a
See
weird...
things through my logical eyes.
As a weird kind of premise, it's like,
Okay.
oh, this is kind of cool. It's just, it takes 35 minutes to get there, and I feel like we don't have to meet like 8 to 10 different people. I'm still not entirely sure if there were 3 people or 1 person with one of the characters.
But Neo's not the only one who's been woken up from the Matrix. There are other characters too.
Stop, let's be fair. We can get to how bad the rest of the Wachowski brothers films are in a minute.
It was kind of, there were seeds of something which could have been quite fun to watch, but there was really ham-fisted writing, really.
To be fair, at this point, I think their fists are just made of pork, so I wouldn't worry.
I mean, I'm not having a go at them personally. I'm having a go at like the direction of writing it. Just I wasn't engaged.
Yeah.
I was kind of bored. And a lot of the people, I was like, why would you do that? What are you doing? What the heck? Why even?
Yeah.
There was a cop guy who I liked purely because I like cop shows, and a bus driver who could have had his own mini-series.
What was the big cliffhanger?
The big
There
cliffhanger.
has to be an episode 1 cliffhanger.
There
Did
was.
they wake up from the
Did they?
Did you discover what Sense 7 and Sense 8 are?
We haven't discovered Census 7.
So what's the actual? So the point of the name Sense8 is that a few people have this ability, or there's multiple abilities.
So,
You don't know.
okay,
Watch it.
I get the feeling.
I'm alright. It doesn't sound great.
I get the feeling that there might have been like 8 of them in total who
Yeah.
sense stuff.
Yeah.
The cliffhanger, which we'll get to in a minute, is
There's a ninth.
Oh my god. Scenes.
That doesn't make sense though. Sense
No.
9.
Yeah, it does.
yeah, Menine. It's one more than mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that's not the cliffhanger. The cliffhanger was so one of them was a cop and he was like chasing down people for like a drug bust. Pachu. And then he's really sad because a kid died. And he starts like seeing the churchy church, but in real life.
You remember when you say crimmy crim before, now runs a churchy church?
Sorry, Ruinado Churchiado, something like that.
No.
The
I think
ruin-
the point he was making was you could have just said church.
No, I wanted a mix-up. I
wanted a more creative way.
I wanted the DJ to play that track.
I mean,
DJ, spin that shit.
I did have a chance to use crimmy crims, and I did avoid it. But now you're pointing it
Well,
out.
to be fair, you talked about a cop, so you could have gone with Copy McCop face.
That's already been done. Boney McBoatface. But anyway, so yeah, he comes across the actual abandoned church and kind of walks in while he's feeling kind of sad. His partner thinks he's an absolute weirdo.
Because he's going to dark
Savage.
churches late at night. To be
Yeah.
fair,
Savage
his
woman.
partner's got some solid basis for that.
Yeah, and I mean, he does also tell his partner he has visions, and so, you know, realistically, he's like, I'm not down for this X-Files shit. So yeah, he walks into the
But
church.
he's no Mulder, is he?
While in London, like, I guess she's a DJ, it's not really made clear.
Everyone's actually a DJ. No, she's just a hype woman.
in London, at an underground skank party.
So a
The
bit
term
of
skank was not used.
Dan's,
Get out of here, we are attitude.
Dan's
Go on.
ankles must be sprained from all those conclusions he jumps to. Anyway,
Slew fan.
Jeez.
to give a bit of context on the DJ,
Please do.
we meet her at Coco London. A little bit. After she's spun her decks, she's feeling a bit like she's got a headache because, you know, visions. And she wants to just go home and have a quiet night and chill.
Have a nice bath.
The most ratty person I've ever seen up until last week's football match.
Luka Modric.
He wasn't quite Modric, but he was close. He's like, oh yeah, come to mine because we got the best drugs. And it's like, how do you write this? Anyway,
You know, a 50-year-old.
God.
Anyway, she ends up there somehow. Again,
Because they've got the best drugs.
I'm not entirely sure if it was
We've
willingly
got so many drugs that we got
Or
them
just-
on the tap.
peer pressure, and she was like, nah, whatever. Anyway, she ends up there, witnesses, has a little kind of mind conversation with the dude who's in the church.
A mind with the cop.
Yeah, so like
So they're so while she's snorting coke and he's
she's
having
not
a
doing
depressing-
them. She's just kind of feeling a bit sad.
It's the other guy who invited her back. He's the
Yeah.
crimmy crim.
Oh,
So
okay.
she's innocent bystander, just kind of there, like, why? I just
Innocently accepted an invitation to a drug spot.
Just shout out to Flushed Away when they confuse innocent bystander with Millicent Bystander for the guy's name.
completely forgot about that.
I think he said his name was Millicent.
Quality
Gets
night.
me every time. I need to watch that again tonight.
So yeah, they have this sort of like, oh snap, you can do it too. And there's kind of a moment where actual connection forms. And I'm like, okay, I might be invested now. it's a shame it took 50 minutes, but I might be invested now.
So she's sitting at this party and just all of a sudden randomly has a vision of him in a church and then realises she can talk to him.
So all of a sudden she starts seeing what he sees.
Yeah.
There's like a couple of other little drops of this throughout the show. Like one of the guys is a safecracker, and he suddenly sees what the police, or like hears what the police guy hears. Bear in mind, the policeman is
I know
like
what you're chuckling about. I know.
the policeman is going downtown, sirens blazing. So the safecracker's like, oh shit, can't you hear those sirens? And his mate's like, wait, what?
It's the term safe.
I can imagine him going, he's a safe cracker.
Sounds like a black guy. Like, oh, he's a safe cracker, isn't it?
Get away from that safe cracker.
Like you know Eminem, like
Yeah.
he definitely got referred to as a safe cracker once.
Yeah.
Just hitting up 8 Mile. Oh, we let this guy rap. He's white. Now there is a safe cracker.
How did I not see that?
I don't know. That hit me immediately.
I know, I was trying to suppress it. I was like, I'll let him finish.
It's just like he cracks safes. That's fine.
I just want to point out the fact this woman's at a party specifically where she's been invited to with good drugs, and she starts to have visions. Like,
good drugs.
exactly, we got many drugs.
So
We got the goodness.
You like the ones you shoot, or you like?
So yeah, we've had kind of little drops like, okay, these connections are kind of forming, but it's been a bit and then like she has a proper like vision, sees what he sees,
Yeah.
and then she's kind of there, he's there, and it's like, oh, you can do it too. Oh, right, cool. And then midway through that's where the cliffhanger starts.
Oh.
The drug party turned out to be some kind of sick drug bust gone wrong kind of thing. Everyone gets shot and stabbed except her somehow, and so now she's sat there with like
that points the finger at her, doesn't it?
all the drug money. So it's kind of like episode 2. Either she's going to get the hell out of Dodge and go to the US because
No, I get litty with her mums.
What do you mean? Why would she go to the US?
Because there's a guy with special powers,
Because that's where
So why
everyone
would-
from
wait,
Mexico
wait,
goes.
and she's got special powers.
Wait. No. So you're sat in a room when everyone else is doing drugs. For whatever reason, you're having visions of someone in the US. Everyone in the room dies. Your first reaction is to, I know this person I've never met before, who's in an abandoned church somewhere, and says, I must go there.
I mean,
I don't know, if you had a vision of something, you knew where it was, would you not be a bit like, why do I have that then?
I think I'd probably like have a chat with my family and be like, have I been acting weird recently?
I was at a drug party.
I've been having visions of a dark abandoned church. Everyone around me the other night just died.
I mean,
I think I would initially think maybe I was at fault in some way, or I was having an issue.
Maybe you had a vision and actually you killed everyone while that was happening.
Well,
Another cliffhanger.
my first reaction wouldn't be to flee to an abandoned church.
I mean, it's more of like she didn't really want to be there. Now she's stuck either at a crime scene where she has to explain either somehow convince them, oh no, I was tripping but totally sober,
Yeah.
or also convince them innocently somehow I was the only survivor in this entire screw up and not look guilty, or take the money, get out of there.
Oh, so she takes the money from the party.
She hasn't yet. That's the cliffhanger. We don't know. I didn't really want to watch the second episode because it took me 50 minutes to get interested, and I didn't want to take another 15 minutes to start getting
Just
interested.
when it gets interesting, that's when you pull the plug.
Yeah, but that was a long 15 minutes, man.
The pilot.
It does sound a bit.
Yeah, but like there's that pilot,
But
and
he's
then
also got his bias here.
and then
Don't
there's
forget the gay bias, he don't like it.
and then there's Pablo
guys.
Escobar.
Ooh.
Pablo Escobar. Well, he's in this too.
No, but well, that's what I mean.
Where
It's
do you
like
think the drugs came from, Dan?
I was just thinking.
There were
Exactly
good drugs.
it's not all
what the
connected.
show needs. Pablo Escobar.
What I mean is like you can have an absolutely sick pilot episode. Narcos was a great example of it. I was hooked. I had a great
On the drugs.
I had a great self-contained story, but also I had a lot of hooks for like, I want to find out more. That was fantastic. Everyone was dynamic. It was slick. It was quick.
But did that pilot just there not have you discussing all the possibilities of that woman and what she could do after all the people died?
I mean, this is true.
Cliff edge, hang it.
It
There
does.
was a lot of
It does just sound like really bad writing.
But
Yeah.
my trouble was the execution, not the concept.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't seen it, but it does sound pretty terrible.
Games rating out of 10.
I'm going to give it 2. Had potential, but I did not want to
Wow.
sit through and watch it, and I didn't want to watch anymore.
Yeah.
2.
Well, I think that's pretty fair. If it takes you 50 minutes to get into a pilot episode, the whole point of a pilot is to be exciting and involved
And fly
straight
away.
away.
Yeah. This is true, and it did neither. It didn't fly me to the moon, and it probably won't within a very
Your face when you said that, you were saying, flipping fly me to the moon.
It wasn't. It wasn't a helicopter.
Oh,
True that.
yeah.
True that. But yeah,
Okay, well, just briefly,
I mean, it was.
can we talk about the fact that the rest of the Wachowski brothers stuff is absolute
Sisters.
ched?
Cheddar.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a word that's...
What's that? Is that cheddar?
It's just terrible, basically.
How is that? Isn't cheddar good? Everyone wants some cheddar.
Cheddar.
Oh, all right, you safe cracker. Calm down.
It's typical cracker as well. What's the cheddar? That is mild. Okay, let me just reel off some of their recent films and tell me if you've seen them and if they were good. Ready?
Okay.
Jupiter Ascending.
Seen. Good. I lied. I haven't.
If you said that film was good, I would seriously question your ability to
Can
comprehend reality.
Can you answer these as well? Have you seen Jupiter Ascending?
I've
Is
seen
it good?
I've seen 20 minutes and it's absolutely awful.
But you've
the-
not finished it.
the-
You've not finished it. You've not finished it. Dan, I'm sorry.
It's- no,
You've
wait.
finished it. No, you haven't.
It's that bad that the film company that made it didn't release it for 2 years because they were trying to find a spot in the calendar where it wouldn't really make any kind of publicity.
Because they
It's
were
so bad.
holding onto it for the opportune moment.
Do you want to? Do you want to? Have you
I'm not
heard of this
don't-
film? No. I want to enlighten you. Have you heard of this film?
Is there only one film on this
I've
list?
heard of, not
Have you got any idea what it's about?
Jupiter, and they ascend to.
So let me just give you the intro to this. It's amazing.
I mean, that sounds like a space documentary right there, and I'd be signed up. For that.
Jupiter Ascending is a 2015 space opera produced and directed by the Wachowskis. Channing Tatum.
Oh, already.
Yeah, Channing Tatum, Mila Kunis, Sean Bean, and Eddie Redmayne. So it's got some pretty good stars in it. Yeah. The film is centered on a Jupiter moon.
Jupiter.
The main character, called Jupiter Jones, an ordinary cleaning woman, and
Okay.
Kane Wise, an interplanetary warrior who informs Jones that her destiny is beyond Earth. So basically, Channing Tatum plays an elf who lives on Jupiter that comes to Earth to find Kunis, who's a cleaner, to tell her that she must return to Jupiter to lead their nation, but at no point tells her what she's supposed to do.
Oh
Sorry,
wait, hang
but
on.
having seen Marvel films, I could get behind Jupiter Jones and also this premise.
I mean, this does sound like kind of a Marvel film
Yeah,
slash
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy whipped up.
young adult destiny thing.
No, it's just...
Harry Potter was just a normal boy
Oh.
living in a cupboard, and then a giant came out and told him he was destiny incarnate.
Voldemort tried to kill him instead of Neville because they're both from the prophecy.
I mean, yeah, that's also true. You have been watching a lot of Harry Potter.
I love Hazage Payne.
It's
Harold Palmer is the greatest series ever.
just... What?
All right, next film.
Anyway, it's just one of the worst films. It's got one of the worst score on Metacritic or Rotten Tomatoes.
All right, well, let's hear the next one. Sometimes people have dubs, Dan.
Bound.
What's that?
It's an awful film they made in the 90s.
Why have you watched all of these?
Hang
No, I
on,
haven't.
you skipped
Wait,
over
wait,
a few.
wait.
You skipped over a few of them.
Okay, I'm back.
Let's go in reverse chronological
Speed Racer.
order.
Okay, reverse chronological. Speed Racer.
No, not heard of that.
Okay.
Is it
Ninja Assassin.
Okay.
Not heard of that.
Yeah, I didn't think he had.
Ninja Assassin.
The Invasion.
Wait, are these like?
These are all very, you know,
Are they-
generic titles.
Exactly.
Ninja Assassin.
But no, this is the point.
I'm a ninja.
The
but an
Wachowskis
assassin.
have two types of films. They have a throwaway, The Invasion, Ninja Assassin, which is basically just like a kid's idea taken to a film level, and then they
Yeah,
have.
but those are often sick. Have you not?
Those
imagined-
are often sick when they're made by other directors.
Yeah, but Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Oh,
every
we can-
single one of his.
We
films.
can get onto Dwayne in a minute, but
Too fair.
the other type of the films they make is just The Matrix over and over again. They made one good film, which was the original Matrix, and then after that it's exactly the same. You look at V for Vendetta, which is
All good film.
potentially their only decent film they've made since The Matrix 1. But they didn't make V for Vendetta. They're just credited with having input for post-production. They didn't have any involvement in it. So they're basically.
Isn't that quite big involvement with post-production on a film?
I'm talking in terms of the screenplay, in terms of writing, in terms of direction.
Yeah.
In
Make
terms
that
of,
clear to our viewers.
The other one is Cloud Atlas.
Oh, sick film.
But if
Bit
you look,
long,
if
but
you look at
pretty
all of
good.
their films, they follow the same kind of motive as there's hidden truth. There's like a Jesus Christ figure. He kind of comes to the fore, and it's always the same. And like I don't know, it's just usually quite terrible. Like, have you seen it? Have you seen Cloud Atlas?
No.
No, you've seen it, haven't you?
It's impressive use of makeup, definitely.
Visually, I agree, very impressive.
I mean, there were points when I got a bit bored,
Yeah.
but it was well done.
Yeah, no, it was well.
It wasn't the Lego movie.
Everything wasn't. Yeah, to be fair, that's a pretty fair title. Cloud Atlas, everything was not awesome.
Imagine you do film reviews. It was not the Lego movie. Okay. what do I take from that, Mr. Gabriel?
Well, basically, it's
the
Tom
truth.
Hanks dying of radiation.
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 Big up the radiation.
The
Just save
radiation.
crackers out there.
Yeah,
Down with
the
the lingo.
Wachowski. I don't understand them. They're just terrible. Michael Bay is better than the Wachowskis.
Oh, Bay.
Oh, that's strong.
Beyblade.
Yeah, but no, I don't think it is. I think Bay is probably. better.
Okay, well, I just didn't enjoy
More Bay.
that one TV show, but
Baywatch.
can you imagine if he did Baywatch?
It would be like a question: how can we make this beach explode?
He'll find a way.
Oh yeah, of course he will.
He will find a way. Oh, hey,
I just met you.
and this is crazy. But another good Lego movie is Lego Batman.
I've not seen that one.
I'd recommend.
Yeah.
I honestly think it is possibly one of the best Batman movies ever made.
Lego Batman.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, because it addresses a lot of parts of like Bruce Wayne, which
Can we not with a Lego film like, oh, well, it addresses the deeper issues that the DC comics never have done in exploring the true nature
I mean, it
of
does.
the Batman and, in fact, Batman.
Racism was a problem, but until then, Lego.
This is the first universe in which Batman's car actually makes sense because it's made out of specifically Lego.
He incorporated some aspects of Duplo.
It is Lego powered, it's made out of Lego, it's all plastic. It all makes sense.
I mean,
But they never addressed the sustainability.
But what about Robin? Where was Robin, lads?
Yeah.
Where was he?
Robin's in this.
Oh, for God's sake. It also explores the deeper issues with Robin and his sexual relationship with the Joker.
I mean, what?
DC was never brave enough to go there.
Really? Is Robin?
No!
No. I can't believe you jumped on board of that crack of horse manure.
If you say orange really, really fast, it sounds like gullible.
Crack a horse manure. Wow.
No, it is a sick film. I would recommend it.
I'll Donald Trump you with apparently The Incredibles 2, which is recently out in cinemas.
Yeah,
so not a
that's
sponsor of this podcast.
No.
Is meant to be pretty good.
Yeah.
How does that mean Donald Trumping me?
Because I trumped you, I just added the Donald in there for dramatic effect. Because
Oh,
we spoke
fair.
about him earlier.
I thought that was.
He does
like-
have rather an impact on things.
I thought that was like
I
a very
also had a-
specific verb.
You should add a dun 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 in future. Do you
Yeah.
want me to dun 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 Donald Trump?
Hold up. Let me
Oh,
get.
But that feels like that needs
Let
a
me get my
graphic.
garage keyboard.
Get out of here with you.
Hold
your
on.
symphony.
We'll get this.
We
right.
don't have 10 minutes for you to set it.
No. It won't take 10
It
minutes.
won't take 10 minutes, I'm just scrolling around. Okay, from the second he said that, he's opened his phone and is now getting it out.
I
To
have.
this point, on the video you'll be able to see how long that took and it is still taking while I have to fill dead air that otherwise would have been.
What?
I mean, that has been more than 10 seconds.
Dead Air, also not a sponsor of this podcast.
That does sound like it would be some kind of.
I'm just trying to think of the perfect instrument to lead with this.
We
I
also
mean-
aren't sponsored by any.
I feel like we should go with a classic
The
rock.
piano wanted nothing to do
Let's
with
go
it.
with a classic organ.
I think
Oh,
you're.
that was worth the wait. That was so good. I don't know what to do. You're right. My mouth was
Let me.
worse than
Okay.
that.
Let me.
Why do I
try-
get the feeling that. Dan, your tapping of the phone is louder than the actual notes it produces.
Sorry, for any listeners that didn't reach that. That sounds like Brighton.
Doesn't?
That's
Well,
like a seaside
Get on
resort.
the waltzers. Waltzers.
That apparently is a classic rock organ. I'm not sure about that.
Down to
Anyway, moving on.
It's classic Brighton rock.
Well, maybe will be. Yes.
Dan looks a bit confused.
Well, that's
His organ epiphany might have been a bit much.
The stress of opening the app was too much.
It was a lot of stress. There was a lot of stress involved.
Speaking of stress, what am I going to stress about watching next week?
Oh.
And by stress, I mean enjoy.
That's a question.
Get on board.
Well,
Let's let the viewers at home vote. Oh, wait.
I thought we could just let you work. I thought we could just let you work your way through the Wachowski's back catalogue.
I mean, it's not Netflix originals.
Netflix. Okay. Put in Netflix origami somehow.
I mean, if there's a Netflix original show on origami, I will watch that.
Oh, okay. Netflix show about origami. Can you please pronounce what I actually typed in?
A Netflix show about Aorathan. Is that some kind of like Irish surname?
I don't know how that happened, but it did, and we're here now.
That was one whisper too many.
Between the Folds official trailer.
Ooh, is that
The origami code?
Oh my god, what?
I don't know.
Well, which looks more sick?
Between the Folds, IMDb 4 stars, 7.6 out of 10. A
Ooh.
documentary about modern origami.
Okay.
Depicts a cast. Oh, fuck off.
That's why he's been quiet for so long. He's been
Depicts
getting up
a
the phone.
cast of fine artists and eccentric scientists from MIT and NASA who have devoted their lives to the unlikely medium of modern origami.
Yeah, I'll watch that.
Between the Folds.
That sounds sick.
Really?
Yeah. Just what I need for a break of the
You know that
sensationalism.
one viewer
Yeah.
who just took a deep sigh and clicked off this video and decided not to watch next week's.
I'm really looking forward to that review.
Between the Folds? Yes, please.
I don't know if it will have any crims, but we'll see what it does have. Imagine me trying to describe the plot of Between the Folds.
It doesn't really have a plot 'cause it's a documentary.
Yeah, but stuff happens.
Yeah, they go between the folds.
Who knows? I might learn how to make something.
You never, yeah, well, YouTube.
Have you
That high pitch does not fill me with confidence.
I was thinking of a different show. Like, have you heard of Insatiable?
You hadn't until 2 seconds ago when you googled it, had you?
No, I haven't. But it sounds like the kind of thing that you.
Why does this sound suspiciously like when you heard about the picture of the dragon prince that I sent earlier today?
No, this is nothing related to that. This is just something I've just found.
There we go. Admittance.
Insatiable is a dark, twisted revenge comedy starring Debbie Ryan, Dallas Roberts, and Alyssa Milano.
Yeah.
For years, Paddy, Debbie Ryan, has been bullied, ignored, and underestimated by those around her because of her weight. ... I'm not going to read the rest.
There's no dot. It's just.
I know. I've put in a ...
Just
so
the
I'm
one.
going to read
Just
off
the-
your laptop screen for the next 12 minutes. Would you stop with your keyboard?
Dan only speaks in notes now.
Yeah, so it sounds a bit like Carrie, like in a show format.
I don't know what that is.
That's Stephen King film. Carrie.
Oh yeah, no, I remember it now.
Pig's
Now you've said it's a Stephen King film. Yep.
You seen Green Mile? Shawshank?
Oh,
That I have.
Green Mile was emotion.
It was emotion.
That ending.
Litty.
Yeah.
It was. Well, I mean, he littied up, but that wasn't the point.
He was a smoker.
I mean, he was smoking.
You're such a safe cracker.
That's definitely term of the episode right there.
Yeah.
I was thinking you're probably going to put that as a title, and then I'm like, maybe not.
I mean, no.
The safe cracker.
It either sounds like we're crimmy crims or overly white.
I think the whole.
Definitely overly white.
Yeah, I think just the crimmy crims. Yeah.
I was eating a curly whirly.
Yeah. I was playing on
Oh,
the
that's a white
organ
thing. Just
organ
said.
keyboard.
What was I doing then?
Probably playing Lego in your basement.
Reading memes.
Yeah.
What is the verb for memeing? Oh, memeing.
To me.
Do you meme memes? Oh, I'm currently memeing right now.
I mean,
Or do you say you read memes, or do you say you look at memes?
So-
how do you memeify?
Memeophile.
this is important.
Are you
So-
a memeophile?
So that sounds wrong.
Just read you into memes, mate. It's fine.
So
Everyone does it.
Yeah, look, I'm not judging.
you both do. It's fine. So you can make memes.
Oh.
You can meme, which is short for making memes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, posting memes is included in memeing.
Ooh, shit posting.
True. So yeah, posting and making. You look at memes, you view memes. That's not memeing.
Yeah.
But what if it has words on it? Do you read memes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you read them as well.
So you can do a lot of verbs with memes.
Yeah.
Is there no unanimous verb of memeing?
I just told you what memeing means. It's the art of making and distributing memes.
What does meme actually mean?
So,
Did you say what does meme mean?
What does meme mean?
well,
Mode.
meme comes from.
Maths joke.
There was the French word meme, which means like similar to, same as, but
Oh,
it's,
because of memes.
yeah, it currently means
Not Milan.
M and Len.
So it's from a look on the dictionary. It's got two meanings.
You didn't know off by heart?
Well,
How can we call you Da Vinci now? We know you're a faker.
Gee, have you
A
ever...
safe faker.
We thought you were a safe cracker.
I guess not. So I guess the original term before obviously memes became a thing was an element of a culture or system of behavior passed from one person to another by imitation,
Mm-hmm.
not by like genetics. So like teaching people to read in a way is memeing, although meme is a noun.
Wait, what?
Because that's something that's an element of culture or like behavioural thing, reading,
Yeah.
that you pass from one person to another through imitation. You could say dancing.
Ooh, meme.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit confused there. So, I
Of course
thought...
you are.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
We've gotten really highbrow on the concept of
No.
memes.
So I'm trying... what I understood to be the concept of a meme...
A meme?
Meme.
A meme is someone who is not kind.
Sleuther.
No, what I thought I understood to be the concept is some kind of cultural comment that can be passed in a pictorial form from one person to the other. But you're saying the act of teaching someone to read is a meme.
So, meme as a noun is a part of a cultural or behavioural thing passed from one individual to another.
So
by
a
imitation.
meme is a behavioural thing.
Originally, although it is also an image, video, piece of text, etc., typically humorous in nature, that is copied and spread rapidly by internet users, often
Okay.
with slight variations.
Okay, so you've got like an older understanding and then a more modern
Yeah,
way.
obviously.
Yeah. So it effectively doesn't
In
mean
Victorian times, they didn't have like prints. In, like,
yeah, I can imagine.
a little picture of like.
Yeah, he wasn't born then.
Yeah.
True.
And there was no such thing as purple rain.
There
But
was
how-
chocolate rain, no thanks to memes. Tays on day, big up.
I don't have a response to that.
Because everyone knows chocolate rain was a classic. Something, others feel the pain, chocolate rain. Thanks, man. I genuinely was playing with something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna join in, but I didn't want to ruin
My
it.
favourite of that's a classic vid from back in the day, the viral, is the moment where he always leans away from the mic and he puts a little subtitle that's like, I lean away to breathe. It's like, this is good. He knows how to breathe.
It's important to know these things.
I'm sorry,
Tays on us.
apologies for this, but I just noticed there's an instrument called Liverpool, and I'm just I'm kind of curious if I just press the buttons if I get Steven Gerrard.
Well, let's find out.
Oh no, it sounds pretty good.
Ooh.
It sounds pretty
Liverpool sounds
good.
great.
Moment. Oh no. It was a game of two halves,
It
It
was.
a game of two hours.
It was,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's how football's played. A little bit left, a little bit right.
I used to quite enjoy Steven
Shoot
Gerrard's
both ways.
post-match analyses because they were you could just have one and then just have it for every single.
Oh, it was litty on the pitch.
I don't think it went our way. That was scouse. I don't know what that was. Anyway, let's move back to the memes.
Insatiable is
Yeah.
what you're watching.
Cool.
And if you want, as a bonus, fold the paper or whatever it was called.
Between
Fold
the
paper.
folds.
Between the folds.
Fold the
That's
paper.
what origami is. It's a documentary and they have to give you the information. You fold.
So between the folds is like a clever play on words, whereas just fold the paper is more of an instruction.
Is it clever?
Well,
It's like
if you're an
between
origami individual, probably.
It's like between the lines, but
Yeah.
we can, instead of lines, we've got folds.
Yeah.
Now that I've explained the joke, I've killed it. Meme review. Yeah, I saw that last week and I traumatized me.
Like if you creative team.
I cried every time.
What did you cry for? Sorry?
Meme review.
Oh.
There's Vietnam flashbacks going on right now. Oh man. I think that's what's be getting on with next week.
There's got to be getting on with next week.
One quick point. I've been playing a new game.
Never a quick point.
No, it's actually quite fun.
You like the way he leaves us up until I'm like, let's wrap up the episode.
Yeah,
No.
Let's unravel. Let's go between the fold.
Yeah. he brings up the Lego basement, chocolate economy,
I didn't bring up chocolate bunny. That was purely.
loads of other stuff which I can't even remember.
Fingers.
And then at the end, he's like, "Oh, I got a point."
I like the fact that the voices have become a thing.
That was a good thing. No. So I've been playing. Have you ever played a game called Don't Starve?
I've
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've played it.
Yeah. So
No.
it was okay. It was a good game, but I didn't play it that much. But
It was okay. It was a good game. And then I didn't play it that much. Whoosh.
I was bare AFK the entire time I was playing it.
I know. I started playing it, and then
BRB.
it's like some stuff happened in my life, like having children, so I didn't really get any time.
You've
Oh,
had children
get that
for
out of the
months,
way.
Dad.
Yeah,
I think 18 of them.
the problem with children is they don't the necessary requirement of my time never reduces. They're just there now.
Sounds like there's something wrong with your priorities, to be honest.
Well, yeah, exactly. But so I got
Did the children starve?
no, they do children do something.
No, that's what you learned from the game.
It was an instructional guide.
That was the parental book he had before they were born.
God.
Don't starve, good.
I mean, it's not a
The
bad book.
NHS is pretty good these days about making sure the right material gets here. So anyway, I got sent a CD because one of the other things I do is work with certain games companies,
Alright.
and it's actually quite a really good game.
Oh, you
Raft.
got sent Don't Starve on CD.
No, I didn't get sent Go Start. I got sent a CD key for a game called Raft,
Right.
which is a new game.
I've seen that as well.
You've seen it? Yeah. So I played it actually last few nights. It's pretty addictive. It is pretty addictive.
Raft?
Yeah.
I
it's-
hate all games that are like that.
Well,
It's like, what's the point?
again, I've only been playing it for 2 nights, so I'll probably get bored of it in a few days.
Okay, for the viewers, can you tell us what Raft is?
Yeah. So
You're
well,
right.
I mean, you've played it, so you obviously got you. I thought.
I've not played it.
Oh, but you just don't like the
Okay,
genre.
if anyone knows of the Minecraft format I've seen before called like Sky Island, where you start on an island and then you have to build up from there, essentially the same thing but on water, with a shark following you around.
Yeah.
Is it Sky Island? I feel like it's something
I've
like
never heard
that.
of Sky Island. I don't know.
It's something like that. It's like you just start with a little bit of land, you have to build up from there, and then continuously build. Like
Well, this is
it's
why-
the same thing with.
This
the
is why I
rock.
mentioned Don't Starve, because Don't Starve is quite similar. You build a little base and you just try to survive and like you get away. But Raft, so you start off with like a little 2x2 of wood and you're floating away, and you have to collect resources and you can build a sail and like you can go on islands and collect different fruits and become self-sustaining.
That's my problem with these games, though. What's the point? You get to a certain point, it's like, cool. Now what?
Because it's a survival thing. Like,
Yep.
can you be good? Can you get to the point where you're good at the game?
For me, there's just there's no excitement in that because I'm always thinking, okay, I'm not doing it to finish a story, or there's not a good story to enjoy.
Well, I don't know. I
You
don't
want
know to
plot.
the end of the
I
game.
do want plot. I want something to enjoy. I want to get to the end of a game, like heavy rain, and be like, I saved my kid. I saved my kid. And I killed the serial killer, who was also an origami fanatic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brett, maybe that will be in the documentary.
So, no, maybe that's what you turn into after the documentary in your basement of Lego
Yeah.
and lies.
when all the blood is settled and all that's left is a lifetime of regrets, and you're sitting there folding your paper with your.
You say that, regrets and origami and Lego fortresses. I mean,
What's not to love?
days would be stacked, yo.
Safe cracker.
Yeah. So yeah, you like Raft?
Well, no, it's not. It seems pretty good.
I like it, it's just I'll play it. Sorry?
It's a fun little game to pick up, and it doesn't really require too much skill. It's quite, you can put it down. It's not
You mean it's
too addictive.
it's an enjoyable casual game on the Steam marketplace?
Well, yeah, and it's different. It's not
Is it?
another Call of Duty. It's not another.
I mean, looking at it, it looks pretty similar to a lot of other things I've seen.
Thank you.
Oh, maybe it's just different than the ones I've played recently. I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was quite a fun little game.
I mean,
It's not. I mean, this isn't Gears of War or.
it's Minecraft
But that's
like.
the difference. You just mentioned, like, with that game, there's no plot, so it might as well be Minecraft. It might as well be another one of these games.
Well, no,
with
it's not.
with
It's
a
not
game
Minecraft.
like Gears versus Call of Duty, at least with Call of Duty, there's a different story, albeit Call of Duty stories are terrible, but it's a different story to the Gears story. Yes, I'm basically doing the same thing,
Okay.
but there's a different plot.
It's a
for each
different
one.
flavour of the same
let
game.
me
Whereas
raise
this, it's like all shark
I
versus
understand.
zombie,
Yeah.
and that's it. They don't do anything.
I understand.
Like a survival craft, as
Yeah.
the term is known,
I
or
understand,
a
but
Souls
let
like.
me raise a point. The point is that obviously the games are designed to appeal to different players.
Obviously.
So yeah, exactly. So, but a lot of the people that play maybe Raft or Don't Starve, maybe less Don't Starve, but certain games, the whole point is that there's less plot because, in the same way that people go to watch The Matrix or the whole point, you see yourself as the character, so you're playing with your own skill. Whereas in Gears, you're playing a storyline of another character.
No, I know why.
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm not saying other people can't enjoy these games. I'm just saying I think they're terrible
No,
for
no.
those reasons.
But I agree. I'm not particularly.
Do
Yeah.
This is why I love Raft.
No, that's the point. It's a fun little game. I've been playing the last few minutes, but I agree. I will probably be bored of it in a day or two. It's not the kind of thing that it doesn't give you long-term gameplay. It's one of those ones, and that's why it's quite expensive.
Like the popularity of those kind of games in general has just always baffled me.
But Minecraft, I think, is different because Minecraft is like Lego. This isn't like Lego. This isn't got a huge array of stuff you could build.
You're right, it's
I mean-
worse.
Yeah, okay, I agree.
Symbiosis.
I don't particularly. I've never played Minecraft, but it probably does look worse because Minecraft's got more
I
options.
did in my youth for a period, but like I said, that was the only
Well,
one of
Minecraft.
those types of games I've ever played, and that even that it was like co-op built a house, now what, board, done.
I mean,
and that took me like an hour.
Yeah.
And that was even when I was like younger, and that was probably when
You were.
I would be more
when you were just a
enthusiastic
wee
to
safe
do it.
cracker.
And it would be like, now I want to go kill some noobs on COD.
Yeah.
fair. I mean, I enjoyed it. I got Minecraft before, like when it was in beta, and so it was a very.
Before it was cool.
But when it was starting to get cool.
Yeah.
Alright, hard.
Did you know Notch before anyone else did?
No, that's
Couple
not.
of
That's not.
notches
That's
on
not what I'm
both
saying.
sides.
But like I saw the game change and grow. It was a very different game when I first got it. Probably a bit more like Raft is now.
Yeah.
And it has become this whole different thing. And yeah, if you want plot, it's not for you. If you like
That's straight.
sandboxes, you like building, you like kind of messing around a little bit with survival, and you like chill, then it's great.
Zero chill.
That is you, in a nutshell.
Oh.
And this room is getting to be zero chill, so I think on that Raft,
Wrapping up like a fajita.
tasty, might have some tonight. But yeah, next week, what was it? I'm thinking between the fonts.
Insatiable.
Insatiable. So next
Insatiable.
He didn't even pay attention to his own bloody points.
I was paying full attention.
Alright, so
yeah.
next week I'll be watching Insatiable.
Yeah.
I might have watched Between the Folds.
I was about to say hold the fold, so it's good that you did that.
That's alright. I'll probably have an update on the Dragon Prince, and who knows, we might have more news about chocolate.
Is the
Maybe.
just quick, was the Dragon Prince a Wachowski thing?
Might
No.
just be chocolate.
Dan, do you not pay attention to anything we say?
That was Sense8. You
No, I
absolute-
know it was Sense8.
No, you don't, because you don't pay attention. Like a one viewer when Gabe starts to talk.
Now, I'm a safe cracker fan.
That is true.
Yeah, you are.
And I'll tell you,
Luke.
That was a bit preemptive.
Is that? Oh, was it?
Alright, sorry, we'll try again.
Luke in 5 minutes.
I've been Gabe.
Oh, you're preemptive now.
Yeah, I am. Now I've been called out. I was there.
Was.
You're dead straight.
Oh, I
And I've been Luke.
shut down my organ.
Flip sake.